Hello, this is Johnny Cycles of CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Dragons in Modern. I think we're going to mulligan this 5-land hand. We do have the Tiny Bones, and we play a lot of action without lands. Maybe we'll keep it and just try it. It's a practice match after all. If we were on the play, it'd be better, but we'll see. We have a turn 1 play into nothing into a turn 3 at the end step play. We played. Oh, come on. Oh, never mind. I was going to say almost anything that's not a land would be good, but 2 Decadent Dragons, it may be good if we live. We'll see what our opponent's up to. Playing a Gruul deck so far. Commercial District, could be anything though. Could be Teamer Is It. Could be Scapeshift. Could be Colossal Rattleworm. We saw that deck. Could be Gruul Dragons. And you can see our Tiny Bones is not at its best with 0 permanents in our opponent's graveyard. But hey, we're going to chip in for 1. Watch out now. Bring in the beats. So our Tiny Bones is back to its normal function, which is hitting for 1. Our last match, we actually did get to do things like, hold on, let me crack this bauble, see what we're drawing. A Thoughtseize. Do we want a Thoughtseize or not? Probably. So we'll leave that on top. Draw it. Our Tiny Bones actually stole some creatures from our opponent's graveyard, playing a Gruul Eldrazi deck. And it also, with its Death Touch, traded up and blocked very well against some of the Eldrazi. Alright, so it looks like it's an Amulet Titan deck, so this Thoughtseize is going to be good. So what we can do is Thoughtseize then attack. Double Primeval Titan. And a Wish on top of it. Oh, we'll take one of the Titans. I mean, what a hand from our opponent. They don't have the Amulet, and they're not on. Alright, what do we want to do here? We did the Thoughtseize instead of Decadent Dragon, which I think was the right play. I think we're going to go get another Swamp. Play Charming Scoundrel. And discard and draw. Try to find. Okay, well, and also we need the double red source, right? I mean, we can't cast Prime Time, obviously, so I don't think they're going to want to trade. Oh, they are going to trade. Sounds good. So next turn we can just start running out Decadent Dragons. They have Wish though, so they may be going for something like, oh, who knows what they're going to go for. Yep. Do we want to crack the bauble or save it? Valakut. I wonder if that's what they got from there. We'll save it. We can Field of Ruin. They already have so many mountains out. Another Decadent Dragon. What is their hand? They're almost to Prime Time, right? So they got rid of Wish. You may look at those cards and play them for as long as they remain exiled. I really don't know what to do here. Do we just run out the Decadent Dragon and start racing and hope they don't have any ways to kill us? I don't think that's a winning strategy. Field of Ruin. Okay. That seems okay. Can answer another Valakut. But now we're going to shuffle it away anyway. Let's go ahead and get our mountain that we need for the Decadent Dragon. See what we draw. Blood Crypt. Ugh. Field of Ruin would have been better than a Blood Crypt, but I think as soon as they have priority. Alright, so they've actually missed a land drop. Interesting. Tossies. Fatal Push is looking real bad. We can Decadent Drag. What's in our graveyard? Anything worth? Alright, well we can Expensive Tastes our opponent this turn. It's just so slow. Since we have so many of them, I think we're just going to run out Decadent Dragon and start hoping to race, because our opponent is stumbled on land. They have the Titan in hand, so they're surely going to draw a land at some point. At which point we're going to probably not be alive. This is a very, very slow clock. And they had our Druid's Charm the whole time that we knew about. So they're going to get their 6th land. They're going to get their prime time, and then they're going to kill us. Probably with Valakut triggers. And our opponent's life total is so high. I wonder if this is just Scapeshift. It looks like it probably is. And there's our Thoughtseize. Right on time. So we can Thoughtseize and cast a dragon. In case they have their Scapeshift. Boreal Grazer. We'll take the charm. I just don't think we can win this race without just committing more dragons to the board. So we get the treasure token finally. That's might be one of our first treasure tokens ever off of a Decadent Dragon. They usually get killed or I die before I can do anything with them. Now, are we going to be able to survive double 6? That's a lot of damage. We already got rid of one Valakut at least, but I think we might just be straight up dead now. Because we're going to be taking... and I drew another one. For a creature or land card, reveal it, put on the battlefield tapped if it's a land. Okay, let's see what they get. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 other mountains, and they're gonna get a whole bunch of mountains. So yeah, all right, fair enough. Valakut wins the game. I feel like we could. I mean, we took a whole turn off to blow up one Valakut, and then died to 3 more. So. We have to race, so we're going to bring in the Molten Collapse and the Blood Moon. Probably take out the Charming Scoundrels. Fatal Push looked pretty bad, although it can be decent in the right spot. Lightning Bolt the same. Okay, we'll run it like that. So, Scapeshift, Titan. Now we're on the play. What do we have here? Alright, well we have Magda and Bolts to get us Scorpion Dragons. Do we want to Thaw Seas on turn 1 though? We'll keep it. They kept 7, so makes me think they have the... Dude, I don't even know if Scapeshift plays Amulet of Vigor, to be honest. Primeval, Explorer, Farseek. Take the Titan. Strike it rich. So we can Magda, or we can strike it rich. I think we want to Magda, because this might be Magda's time. So next turn we can go double bolt, strike it rich, and get a 4/4. They'll be at 10. Now we're talking Magda. Okay, opponent looking to probably do some exploring. So many options. So we could dash into Ragavan, get a treasure token. Anyway, I think we're going to stick to our plan. That is my son who is now awake. It only triggers once a turn though. Okay, well that's going to be a problem. Yeah, the never before used Scorpion token, which I'm not going to get because we need, it only triggers once a turn. So we're not going to be able to do what I'd hoped. Magda. Well, see what our opponent gets up to if we get another hit in. There's the Dryad, Lycian Grove, ready to block Ragavan. Yep. And we drew the Decadent Dragon. Okay. So get the treasure. Look at the top 2. Hopefully hit a land. Hit a wish. Nice. That was a good draw for us to hit the Wooded Foothills too. Just gonna swing in with everybody. See if they block. We can bolt the Dryad. Yep, going for a Ragavan. Alright, well, we're set up. We got in a hit. We made our very first Scorpion Dragon. Holy cow, it has happened. The dream has been realized after many, many hoops and on a turn 4. Still, this might be the deck. What do we want to get from outside the game if we so choose? Alright, this guy. X damage to any target. Put up to X land cards from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield tap. Going after Magda. That is fine. It's not ideal, obviously, but she's done her job. Opponent dead to a bolt. Tiny Bones. Man, did we take out any lightning bolts? I think we just took out the 2 fatal pushes. Otherwise, this would be go get the lightning bolt attack. Okay, can our opponent stop what we're doing? Does the Scorpion Dragon and Magda get there for the first time on cyclesgaming.com? We'll find out. This is it. We took their 1 prime time. And what else did we know about in their hand? A Farseek. So 4 unknowns. Can they cobble it together here? They can get... I don't know if they can do enough damage to kill both dragons, even if they do get prime time. Going to 1. Or is this going to be an Archon of Cruelty deck? There's the Primeval Titan. But is it enough? I don't think so. We'll see. And they scoop it up. Alright, so we got there. Man, we did it. We got a Scorpion Dragon token off of Magda and won with it. So that was pretty sweet. Our plan came together really nicely, short of this only triggering once a turn, which we knew about and forgot and was hoping to make it more powerful than it was. So that is a hindrance, but we were able to do it. Do we want to change anything? Okay, well, we're going to keep this. Opponents on the play. They're starting with 7. We do have the turn 1 Thoughtseize. We have a Blood Moon to help answer what they're up to, which they may or may not see coming. Well, our Druid's Charm lets them find their Titan. Go ahead and commit the crime. Another one of those. See if they want to draw it or not. They don't. So our opponent needs to get pretty lucky off the top. They play a lot of lands. We, however, have like 0 pressure. Into a Thoughtseize of all things. Okay, another Thoughtseize. Also, did they... Okay, I'm about to say... Very confused then by drawing off our opponent's turn. I'm like, wait a minute, they didn't even play a land. It's because we drew on their turn. See if they drew any action. Farseek. Alright. Well, I mean, you know.
Daddy, I can't go underwater.
Hold on. So I think we're going to wait on the Thoughtseize because what do they have exactly? Fatal Push is a really bad draw for us. We only have 2 in the deck at this point. Force of Vigor. Okay, well, I mean, that does answer Blood Moon, so they did bring in some hate for our Blood Moon. So now we're going to need to Thoughtseize away that before we can stick a Blood Moon. Ragavan's not bad, so we can do Dash in Ragavan and Thoughtseize next turn if they don't cast something here as blockers. Okay, getting some lands back. Getting the ramp on. We're on to turn 4, or turn 3, and our opponent has 6 lands. It seems pretty good. Alright, strike it rich.
Daddy.
Alright, so we're going to play Ragavan, not Dash, because we drew the Strike It Rich, and our opponent has just a land in hand. Okay, well, they only have a single forest. If we can dodge a draw here, although what's their last fetch land? What was it? Okay, so they can't go get a forest. Did they draw the prime time? No, they did not. We took out the forest. Alright, so we may be in okay shape to catch back up. But they can go get that 1/1 dwarf to block, which is probably what they're going to do here. Or they have something else. So they get a Valakut. Can go get a mountain, destroy it, kill our Ragavan. At the 0 cards in hand.
I'm on 16.
Alright, play the Blood Moon. We could just dash in the Ragavan. Kind of want to save this Fatal Push. Treasure for a Fatal Push mana, though. In case they can draw into something like a Dryad that would then nerf our Blood Moon. I want to be able to have an answer for it. Alright, well, the janky beats. We do have the Molten Collapse that we can use to answer a Dryad too, so we have theoretically 2 answers. And we're 1 treasure away from a Magda. Or 1 Magda and 1 treasure away from the Scorpion Dragon beats. We have the Strike It Rich in our graveyard. So we're just going to continue our Ragavan dash plan. It's the slow Ragavan beats. It's drawing our taking lands from our opponent's deck. So Blood Moon actually doing some work against the Scapeshift deck. However, it's such a slow clock. We really need some action. A land. Well, now we have the mana to cast a Primeval Titan of our own if we want. If we are so lucky as to hit one. Or lands. And this is really going to be, this would be Magda's time to shine. Because we have a bunch of treasure tokens. Opponent desperate to draw a second green source. Can we draw any action? It's a Magda. Now we're onto a clock. 2-turn clock. Alright, man, well, I'm feeling really good right now where we're at, and also super happy about our Magda beats. Wish, we could actually cast Wish. I think we're going to stick to our plan of beat down with the treasure tokens and Magda though. So at the end of our opponent's turn we can make another Scorpion Dragon. Well, thank you, Black Peter Pan, for sticking it out. Yeah, Magda got there with the Scorpion Dragon tokens on the back of Blood Moon. After bad-mouthing Blood Moon many times, it turned out to be the game-winning card there, or at least got us from the early game of slow attacks and dirtling into drawing into our Magda and just being able to make Scorpion Dragons. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. I finally got to taking down Amulet Titan Scapeshift. And yeah, it was everything we had hoped. We had to jump through some hoops, and the triggering once a turn is an additional hoop that might just be enough to slow down Magda to keep her from being real busted. However, we saw how quickly she can close out a game in the right spot. It's a 2-mana spell that can late game is a totally live draw late game, where something like maybe Orcish Bowmasters isn't quite as quick, isn't as good. It would have given our opponent more time, or even Dorothy Voidwalker, while also very powerful, would have been a less powerful 2-drop in that moment. So yeah, I'm impressed with Magda there, and really happy I finally got to make some Scorpion Dragons and got to win with them. We won both of our games, so on the back of Scorpion Dragons, with game number 3 coming with the help of Blood Moon, of course. So yeah, this deck did what I hoped it would do, and hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Click that like button, subscribe button if you haven't already and you enjoyed it. Everybody counts. For CyclesGaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all on the next one. This has been another edition of Dragons in Modern. This is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. If you haven't already, check out my website where you can read about my commander decks, my modern jank, and my science fiction novel that I'm publishing serially. Click that like button or the subscribe button on YouTube. Everybody counts. For CyclesGaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all in the next one.